welcome to He Said, She Said. Are we live? I
Oh,
forgot.
it looks like we've
Oh,
got.
no, did we lose Tommy?
Well, we
Well,
have Tommy out in the middle of I
we
think Wade
do.
Swamp.
We
Yep, and we
do.
just kind of looks. Oh, I'm seeing him again.
Are you? I'm just seeing this on my end. So I don't know what you guys are all seeing live, but um, so Tommy is in the field. And as we know, when we do these in the field episodes, we never know what we're going to get.
And there we go.
There he is. Hey, Tommy,
I've
how
been
are you?
I've been going around trying to find places that had signal all day today. There are just none to be had. Pennsylvania has over 1 million acres worth of state game lands, and hardly any of them have any signal. So, it's just what you got
Well,
to do.
I'm losing you a little bit on audio. What is that you're underneath?
This is I don't know if it's a tree structure or not, but it's a tree that's blown over on a trail. Yeah, I don't know. There's really no telltale signs of what it is, but it's definitely here. It's
yeah,
definitely here, and it's blocking the trail, but that's okay.
yeah, it is okay. So you are somewhere in Cryptovania, in the wilds of Cryptovania, and
Yeah,
you said that.
actually, I'm in Wade Swamp. On the upper end of it, and I'm trying to get on a high spot, but I'm in Wade Swamp, and it's a place where I've had a road crossing at, and it was my own road crossing, and
Ooh,
I'm just trying to check it out to see what's going on here.
that's awesome. That's awesome. So do you do a lot of squashing right there, Tony? We lost him.
Well, we lost him. I can answer for him that he does
Yeah.
spend a lot of time in Wade Swamp. And that might even be where he was interviewed by Ed Munch.
Oh yeah,
Might have been in Wade Swamp.
yeah.
I know that he does like to go to those swamps a lot, and I think I've found him again.
Well, you know what
I'm,
we
try-
always say?
I'm trying to
We
go
always
a
say
little
squash
bit
lives in
higher.
swamps.
That's awesome. Hey, is that where Ed Munch interviewed you?
Close to it. That was over at State Game Land 69. This is actually State Game Lands 122. That was actually in the lowlands, and that was that's the exact opposite of here. That's the low part, and this is the high part. And it's like over a few miles.
Okay, excellent. And
Well,
you
I
said
guess go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say you're on the highlands so that you can get a signal so that we can do this, which is why.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, I am. It's not working very well, but that's all right. I'm going to try it.
yeah. We got you.
It's a great day to be out in the woods too. Now,
It looks like it.
now you said you had a road crossing there. How long ago was that?
That was 2 winters ago. I had a road crossing. That was the one I told you about. I said it looked like a big Amishman in a hoodie going across the road. I told
Uh-huh.
you about that when it happened, and I don't know. It was kind of uneventful, but it was during the day, and I mean, it was a huge guy going across the road, or huge humanoid looking going across the road, and I saw it during the day, and it was right there in the wide open. So I don't know what else I could really say or do about it, but I told you about it, so there's one more thing in Cryptovania.
Well, I
And
wish one would come now, right? I wish one would slither behind you so we could see him.
Yes,
the
that's
star
right.
never
That's
shows.
right.
The star never shows up.
I know.
That's right.
They're always
That's
hiding.
right.
And that's one of the things about Bigfoot encounters is a lot of times they're so brief and fleeting that they really don't make a gripping story as it was. You know, there was a Bigfoot and then it was gone.
Mhm.
And you know, and you look for more details and stuff, but it's like, Well, there was something there, and then it was gone in a flash. And a lot of these
Yeah.
encounters, they're 5 or 10 seconds long.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's just like a sight, right? They just see it,
Mhm.
and then
And
And they always seem to leave
because I got
room
you,
for doubt.
because I got you guys on the phone, I'm going to show you something.
okay.
Oh,
The pileated woodpecker. See, he's digging in this
Oh,
tree.
nice,
Yeah. Neato.
nice.
Neato.
love it.
Yeah.
So
Love
you
it,
won't,
love it, love it.
you can't, so you're not coming home empty-handed.
No.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to get a picture.
Yes. Well, here's what we always say in my group is that a day spent in the woods is never a bad day because we always find something.
Yeah,
It may
Mhm.
that's right.
it may not be supernatural or cryptid in design, but we always see cool natural things, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And I
So,
like those pileated woodpeckers. Those are kind of those when you see them, they're so big. They kind of almost themselves look a little unnatural sometimes.
And they only woodpeck in live trees too. They do not use dead trees.
oh, really?
Oh,
So
really?
that was something I learned. Yeah, yeah. Actually, what got me going on this was Harry Dilly. He was telling me that they're doing so good right now. So that's good.
The woodpeckers?
Yes, yes.
Nice,
Cool.
nice. A shout out to Harry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
got it.
So, have you heard of any other encounters in that specific area where you are, Tommy?
69 heavyweight. It was over here. That was probably the biggest squatch sighting I've ever seen, and it was daytime also. But that was a friend of mine that saw a gigantic one that was chasing deer. That was right by here.
Mhm.
I had stones thrown at me down over the hill at night down here, and I think I saw one in the woods. We had a little bit of a Mexican standoff. I wouldn't go near to him. He wouldn't come nearer to me. It was kind of an intense moment, but that was in the daytime. So yeah, we've had a lot of stuff happen around here.
That's really cool, Derek. And that is, yes, that's been kind of a busy area.
Yeah, yeah, and it always has been too, because even a guy I know who he's no longer with us, but he was a very old man, and he told me when he found out about Cryptovania and stuff like that. He said that he saw one walking down the road years and years and years ago. I mean, before the Patterson Gimlin film, I think, and that was pretty neat.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was right over by where I got the stones thrown at me. So it was good news. Good news.
Maybe it's like a Squatch trackway, you know?
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
and I
don't
think
you wonder if there's
Big-
yeah,
I mean, Bigfoot lives in the swamp, man. That's the truth.
know.
Bigfoot lives in the swamp.
it is true. That's what
That,
we always say, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
when he references 69 heavyweight, that's a Zero Squatch 30 episode that we made of a friend of ours that talks about seeing a very gigantic figure and a very, very clear picture of the figure, and then even it was up near a power pole, which for our buddy was able to show him just exactly how huge that thing was. And we're not
Oh, that's
talking like,
excellent.
yeah, and we're not talking like a 7 or 8 footer. We're talking massive.
Right.
Yeah.
And our friend himself is a pretty good sized fella too, you know, and you wouldn't think that he would be easily intimidated. You know, he's a good sized fella.
Yeah, and when
Absolutely.
he said, he told me that it was about 10 foot tall, and he told me a little bit later it was a little bit closer to 12 foot tall. But he didn't want to say it because he thought there was absolutely no way that people would think that it was that tall. But yeah, it's very, very tall.
It's kind of funny that an 8 foot Bigfoot, well, that's kind of understandable, but A 12-footer? That's a bridge too far.
Well, that's like more
Right,
than two of me, you
right.
guys. I mean, let's
Yeah,
think about this. Wow. That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and that's also it's also kind of theorized that something that massive, your mind almost doesn't want you to see it, and will
Yep.
maybe even shield you from seeing it. It might that's somebody else's problem. An
Yeah.
SCP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yep.
is this one of the episodes that you have on Cryptovania, and so people can watch this?
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yes.
found on Cryptovania. It has its own section. It's a series of first person encounters called Zero Squatch 30, which is where people actually, in their own words, tell us. And that's also, I think, all of those are on the YouTube channel too.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
Yep.
and along with all of the he said she said, on the
Yeah.
Cryptovania TV YouTube channel.
Awesome.
But yeah, that's
Cool.
Zero Squatch 30. We've got, I think, 6 or 7 of those, and they're people that have come to us and let us interview them and record them giving their story, and then we set it to a related video that's not basically them talking.
Mhm.
And that Zero Squatch 30, that was or the 69 heavyweight, that was a fun one there.
Yeah. So people out there, look on the YouTube channel for Cryptovania or go on Roku TV, right? And
Yep.
you should be able to find me.
Oh
Zero
yeah.
Squad
Yeah.
30.
Yep.
Put in a plug. Put in a plug, you guys. Come on. Are you seeing anything else out there, Tommy?
What's that?
Are you seeing
What's that,
anything else out
Seth?
there? Any kind of new structures or tree
Yeah.
bones or anything?
How about this? Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Looks
Man,
like a tombstone. It
Oh
looks
my
like a
God.
it
tombstone.
did.
Was it?
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Well, turn the
This
camera
is a
around. I want
strange
to look at it
place.
again. Oh, yeah. What is that?
Wow.
I'm telling you, this is a strange place, man.
Yeah, no kidding. Crazy talk.
And that's
Actually,
deep.
remember the noose in the woods? That
Yes.
was right by here too. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah,
was
and I
just
told you
hanging
not to
from.
go back there.
Mhm.
Remember?
Well, now it's
You
posted,
told
so
me.
you can't go back there. Yes. Yes.
And I
And
said, don't.
that was a
leave
noose
that
that was
alone.
hanging from like 16, 18 feet up, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was way big. Way big.
Mhm. Yeah, that
Wow.
was
Yeah. I don't know how it got there or anything about it, but yeah, it was something else.
Wow.
pretty
That's just
creepy.
nuts. That's just nuts.
Yeah. So
Because that's a pretty deep complex that you're in right now, isn't it?
yeah, it really is. And the tricky thing about it, there's bodies of water all over it too. So you can't.
Oh,
It's not like you can go a straight line. I mean, it's like you start going and then you get twisted up because you can't go anymore because the pond's there. Oh yeah, it's something.
yeah. It's almost, listen, you guys, it's almost Minnesota-ish.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Minnesota.
You know,
It's
we
kind
have
of like a mini
everywhere.
Minnesota.
A
Oh,
Yeah,
mini
it's like a mini
Minnesota.
Minnesota. There you go.
I like it.
Yeah. You know,
I
like
like
what
it.
was it? What was it you said, Trost, in the last one when we were out in the field, and you said, well, most people think that sometimes the structures or something point towards water, but in Minnesota's case, there's water everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Try pointing
Oh
somewhere
yeah.
that doesn't have water.
Exactly. Dry land
Yeah.
over there.
That's awesome. So you pretty alone in there? Do you hear any other activity?
Yeah, I'm 100% alone. Yeah, there's nobody down here. Yeah, the wind, it's moving the trees around, and like sometimes I thought I might have heard some clicks or something, but it probably was nothing, I would say.
Hey, you know what?
Hmm.
Maybe you should do a howl.
Oh,
I'm sorry, what's that?
I said maybe you should do a Bigfoot howl.
Got to get a little closer.
You can't hear me.
do you? She's asking if maybe you should do a call. You want to throw out a whoop? I think he's losing us completely.
Okay,
I think so.
All right, want to try again?
okay, go ahead.
You think
Do
you can
a
give us a
Bigfoot.
call?
Oh, do a
Sorry.
call.
I can't hear you, but
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Hopefully that's not the last we see of him.
Well, it's live, right? And when you're out in
That's
the
right.
woods, it's like, holy cow.
Yep.
Sometimes you have a signal, sometimes you don't. It just depends on where you are, So
Yeah, that was pretty fitting. And maybe we should take that as our cue.
maybe, maybe. And if he comes back in 2 seconds or whatever, we'll come back to him. But yeah, I think it would be really fun if he did a howl or a knock or something and see if anything showed up. But fun stuff. Oh, see, there
Oh,
it is.
I'm back.
there
I'm
we
Tommy,
back.
can you hear us?
All right. Oh man. Yeah, this
okay.
is something. What's
What
that,
we were
Trost?
hoping for is to get you to give us a howl or a Bigfoot call.
I don't. Okay, I'll do it.
Okay.
Because
Awesome.
there's not really. There's a lot of wind, but oh well. Okay, here it goes.
There we
Some
go.
works during the day, but who knows? No, who knows?
That's right. We got a couple whoops in there.
Absolutely. So now I imagine you're going to be out there for a while, Tommy, even after we're not on air anymore, but you'll have to tell us if anything cool happens after you've been there and kind of unsettled all that energy,
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
You know,
beans, what do you think, you guys?
I think it's been cool, and I think we're about to lose him again into the
I
portal.
think we are. I
Oh,
think
he's filming too.
we're losing Tommy to the swamp. Oh no!
There we go. We got some footage to look forward to too, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Absolutely. Cool beans.
Well,
All
before you
right.
guys lose me,
All righty.
thank you so much.
Yes. Thanks, you guys. This was awesome and fun. Look forward to hearing what you find.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys, and thanks
you
for
later.
being out in the woods, Tommy.
Thanks.
See you later, Stephanie.
Bye.
All right.
Monster Television.
I'm with Bob Gross, one of the major members of the Coshocton crew. How long have you been part of this and this Bigfoot world, and in particular Jay and the Coshocton crew?
About a year and a half.
About a year and a half?
Yes.
What got you started in it?
Went out with Jay a time or two. He took me out to a couple places, and about the second time we got a lot of action. I actually got to see some. We didn't have much equipment then. We just had them night vision binoculars. That was enough. I could see what was going on. So that's kind of what led to where we're at today.
And that, before you went out there, were you a believer, or were you kind of just going out, hanging out with your friend? Because
a little of both. I was going out there to see things that Jay has told me and stuff. And I ran into a few things that just didn't seem right, beforehand. So I just kind of wanted to see what was going on,
And after a couple trips out in the woods, you were hooked, huh?
It took about two.
What would you like to see happen with the whole Coshocton crew as you go forward and like say next year and such?
I'll maybe get just a pinch more equipment. We're set up pretty good right now.
You guys are set up pretty fantastically.
And, but I like pictures. You know, lots of pictures. And for the non-believers that like to give you grief, you know, really? Oh, here, look.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of a challenge there too, right?
Basically, yes.
Yeah. What's your favorite piece of equipment that you guys have?
I'm not real sure. A couple of them I like that 10-mile scoop I got, and especially in the daytime. And you can see a long ways with that stuff. They're really plain. And then
that kind of, with that, it changes the contrast, doesn't it? So it kind of is a lot different than looking through like a...
You can also hook your phone up, you know, to it to take pictures from a long distance and stuff.
That's pretty sweet.
Kind of a handy little tool.
Yeah. That's one that you've had for a bit?
Most of the stuff I've been buying for about a year. Some here, some there, depending on the price of it. You know, the Fleur was one of the last ones we got there. And just, you know, I kind of think like an investigator. You know, if I was going to hunt you down, you know, if you was a criminal, what kind of tools would I use to do this with? And that's just a big purchase. And I'll ask you, hey, you think we ought to buy this or not? You know. Yeah. It's kind of how we go about it.
That's pretty awesome, actually, and it's pretty fun to, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's kind of like squatching's kind of replaced big game hunting, and you know and it's got a lot of the same principles, even with the equipment. You know, I remember, you know, I'd really like to get a Weatherby rifle, and you know, but it's off the.
I buy this stuff, and they kind of learn to use it. I just purchase it, you know. And, the only one we ain't used much of right now is my drone. I got a drone with camera and everything.
Oh, yeah?
Well, we haven't used it much yet.
What kind of drone you got?
It's just a regular 4-motor wireless.
Yeah.
Brush.
Nice. Have you messed around with that yet?
No, I let Jay do all that stuff.
I understand.
And here you go, Jay. You know,
I have one that I picked up, and I spent a bit of money on it, and it's been an adventure, you know, and you make a lot of mistakes with it. And
most of the equipment I buy is outdated military equipment.
Okay.
And if it was good enough for them, we'd definitely do it what we're using it for, you know.
Yeah.
And it seems to work out pretty good that way.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of a military feel to what you guys do too, and how you set about your business, and that fits right in there. The other night when we were out at the wildlife refuge, you stayed behind with Tommy Cooper on that deck. And then what piece of equipment were you using while we were off going up there? Did you have a piece of equipment you were shooting with? Oh, it was he was using that Bushnell, wasn't he?
They had the other guy was out there. It was me and Tommy.
Nick was out there.
Nick
yeah.
Was using it.
Okay, excellent.
I was just using my eyes and watching around.
Excellent. And how have you enjoyed this stay here in Cryptovania?
The guys have done us great. It's kind of feel like home here, you know. It's
awesome.
It's been, you know, a nice experience.
That's what we're shooting for. That and it's been a very cool brotherhood from very early days of both Coshocton and Cryptovania. Yeah. We've had a lot of interaction back and forth, and it's been a good time as both of our groups kind of expand and get busy and get some results.
Yeah, really appreciate the hospitality, you know, and put us up in a decent place and everything. It was pretty nice.
Awesome. And you even you guys even seen some activity from the hotel, didn't you?
We have.
Yeah. That's kind of been a common thread with a couple of our guests. It seems like maybe Squatch likes to welcome people to Cryptovania.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Excellent. And if you find that definitive proof, it really doesn't end the game, does it?
Not really, no. You want to. It's kind of like a sickness. You want to see more. You want to do more. So
excellent. Well, thank you very much, Bob, and thanks for coming out, and thanks for all the work you do out in Coshocton, and it does feel like a brotherhood, and
sort of,
that's really cool. All right, thanks, man.
Yep, no problem.